from the Holiday Inn Arena in Binghamton, New York, the BC Open Professional Pool Players Association World 9-Ball Championships. Brought to you by American Productions and the Southern Tier Lupus Foundation. Sponsored by Brunswick Billiards. Brunswick, the standard of the industry. When you have the best, selling is easy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Roger Neal. Working with me tonight is the chairman of the BC Open 9-Ball Tournament, Gary Pinkowski. And Gary, already an outstanding tournament. Everything comes to a head tonight.
Oh, it's been just great. The players turned out in full force. Willie Mosconi was here, of course, put on two exhibitions. He did a heck of a job. All the best players in the world. I think out of the top 23 players in the world, we had 21 of them here. It's all narrowed down to Dave Bollman and Kim Davenport. Kim Davenport was our last year's runner-up, our first year's runner-up. He does a great job when he plays pool. Good-looking fella, real gentleman, and a great player. Dave Bowman, strange as it would seem in our relationship with the BC Open 9-Ball Tournament, Dave Bowman used to be a golf professional that went into professional pocket billiards, and here he is in the finals. This is going to be a great match. They've already lagged for the break.
So we're set to get underway in the men's division championships. Dave Bowman and Kim Davenport.
I think Dave Bowman won the lag for the break. Dave's getting ready to break. I believe that the players will be ready to play. And here we go. The winner of this gets $10,000. The loser gets $5,000. Plus, the winner gets tour points, which are used in ratings for the year, which determines the Player of the Year award.
Bowman, third seed in the tournament, ranked 4th by the PBA coming into this tournament.
And Kim Davenport is rated 13th. And we're ready to get started. Dave Bowman breaking the balls. Ooh, 9-ball, close to the hole. 1 ball down bottom rail. Dave's got a shot to cut the 1 ball in. Tough shot. Anytime the ball is directly on the rail like this, you must hit the rail and the ball at the same time. A very, very difficult shot. He has to spin the cue ball. The 9-ball is down by the right-hand corner pocket. He may elect to shoot the 1 ball and take the cue ball and shoot it down toward the 9-ball. He might make both balls on 1 shot. There's a chance here. There he goes. 1 ball. He missed the 1, but he made the 9. Game 1, Dave Bowman, 1-0. That's an option that the players have. Anytime you can make that 9-ball without going through the whole rack and end the game, it certainly goes a long ways to further what you're doing. Referee racking the balls. Dave Bowman breaking. This is a race to 11. The first man to 11 games wins the BC Open and the PPPA World Championship for 1988. Dave Bowman studying. The concentration here is very, very intense. Breaking the balls, 9-ball close to the hole. He made a ball. 1 ball down near the corner pocket. What you'll find out that happens is when you're breaking the balls real good, the 1 ball will the 1 ball will come down next to the bottom corner pockets, either one corner pocket or the other, depending upon how you're breaking the balls and from which side. Dave Bowman looking at the 2-3 combination down the bottom rail. He has to make the 1. He's going to probably he'll go rail first on the 1 ball and try to come around 3 rails to get in back of the 2-3. Let's see what he does. Dave, a very careful player.
He's got to have his mind made up before he shoots. 3 wriggles in back of it. No, skinned it, went to the hole. Cue ball in hand for Mattia. Cue ball in hand for Davenport. Davenport lining it up. Making the combination. He broke up those 2 balls because they were a problem. Now he has the 1 ball. Now he's got to come back down for the 3 ball. Davenport has been playing very, very good this tournament. Bowman has been playing exceptional. And the other night in a match against Nick Varner, Dave Bollman ran 9 racks of 9-ball. In other words, his opponent did not get to the table for 9 consecutive racks. He sat in the chair. Davenport studying the balls. I don't know whether he's got room. Safety by Davenport, putting him in back of the... Uh-oh, safety gone wrong. This is something that can happen when you play that safety and you roll that ball around. You got to make sure it doesn't go in a hole, because it will be your shot again, and you won't be able to hit what you're looking at. This is coming to you from the Holiday Inn in downtown Binghamton, the Holiday Inn Arena. Kicking 2 rails at the... Ooh. A 1-rail safety. Tough shot coming up. Dave Bollman. Like I said, this is coming from the Holiday Inn Arena, which has provided the BC Open with their ballroom and their staff. Done a great job. Big thanks to Doug Allville and his staff at the Holiday Inn. Roger, this is a real tough shot coming here. He's got to bring it back to just about where it is. Just about to the same place. He elected to play a little bit safer.
Bowman, 46 years of age. He is from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Get the concentration.
Oh, yeah, he's really into it. Right about now, I'd like to bring in Sammy Jones to sit down and do a little of this color commentary. This is the husband of the BC Open repeat champion, Laurie John Jones. Sammy, sit down here. What do you think?
Well, at this point, I'm just a little nervous to really think straight, so I'll have to gather my composure here a little bit and talk to you for a minute. We have 2 of the most explosive and most offensive players on the Pro Tour today, with Kim and Dave Bollman. I'm like Jimmy the Greek. I'm going to pick a favorite here. I'm going to pick Mr. Bowman at this point in the game.
He's been playing real well. I mentioned to the viewing audience that he ran 9 racks the other night against Nick Varner. You can't play much better than that.
He's capable of keeping an opponent in his chair for many, many racks. He has a tremendous break, and he knows how to play the game very well. They asked him a question a few years back on what he thought about the rules and balls and everything related to the game, and he says, well, he said, I think I'm just going to get good enough to where nothing of that matters.
The rules aren't going to matter.
That's
right.
Exactly right.
I was the guy that asked him that question.
Is that right?
Yep.
He's just trying to hit this pocket speed. And
good speed right in the pocket.
Good speed. Very nice shot.
Game 1, Dave Bollman. Sammy, take over here.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Bowman 2, Mr. Davenport 0.
So Dave Bowman leading 2-0 over Kim Davenport, and Sammy Jones, the New York State champ. I noticed a very large smile on your face when that tournament ended for the women's championship.
Well, we've been here all week, and we both lost our first match, and she fought back, and just like she did last year into the finals. She lost her first match there and fought all the way through, and at the end she was very successful. And she has a big heart and tries to win from wherever she sits.
Very exciting.
This is one of Mr. Bowman's best parts of his game. He has a tremendous control and on the break. As you notice, he tries to keep the cue ball as close to the center of the table, leaving him maximum table position to hit the one ball.
You think 3, maybe 4 balls on that?
I think he made 3 balls. 4, 1, 2, 3. He made 4 balls on that particular break. So you can see why he's capable of keeping his opponent in the chair for many racks, as he did to Mr. Varner. On this particular shot, he'll try to hit the 4 ball and slide down the side rail to play position.
$10,000 at stake, first place prize money. And
It's
he
perfect shape.
is in excellent shape.
He has an option here to either draw the ball back to shoot the 6 ball in the side pocket, or elect to stop and shoot the 6 ball in the corner pocket. He elected to play the safer way and shoot the 6 in the corner pocket.
It's a picture of Kim Davenport. It's got to be very frustrating when you sit there and watch your opponent go to work
Yes, it
like
is.
Bowman is.
Pool is unlike all the other sports, the golf and your tennis and everything. You're not allowed to do exactly what your opponent does. You have to wait for him to miss. Very nice shot. Just keeping the cue ball in the center of the table as close as possible with 9 balls hanging up. He'll pocket this and try to just stop his cue ball. Very nice shot by Mr. Bowman.
Well, Dave Bowman now has taken a 3-games-to-none advantage in the race to 11.
3-0, Mr.
And he is playing superbly.
All right. I can imagine that there's thoughts going through Mr. Davenport's mind. Geez, this can't happen to me 2 years in a row. He played again last year in the BC Finals, and Jim Rempe did the same thing that Mr. Bowman is doing. He did not let him come to the table. And it's, like I say, it's very frustrating because you have to allow the table to tell you what to do and not do what you want to do in these positions. In pool, unlike other sports, you can play a perfect game and still lose. And as you can see right now, that's what's happened. Kim has not made any mistakes, and he's still losing 3-0.
All important to get the rack set up properly.
Yes, all the balls have to be frozen. It's very hard to freeze the balls at this point because the lights have made the humidity in the table very damp, and it's causing the balls to not stick together very well.
Jimmy Mattia felt also that at this stage of the tournament, the pockets perhaps tightening up a little bit, making
Yes.
the angles even more crucial.
The lights and the humidity and everything cause the table conditions to play very damp. The pockets at this point, they're very bitey. The ball, if it hits a rail going in at a speed less than medium speed, it has a tendency to hang in the hole. But both of these gentlemen, though, they shoot the ball pretty much to the center of the pocket, so I don't think you see many balls hanging up.
Now, do both contestants have to agree that the The rack is proper, or just the first? In other words, Bowman will have to say, okay, we're all set.
Well, he has the option. You know, most of the time they try to freeze the balls if they as close to possible as they can. They're, you know, Kim wants the balls frozen so that, you know, that the balls don't fly all over the table without, you know, they must break them with a good break instead of the balls just going everywhere with an easy break.
Sammy, what's ahead next for you? What other competition will be coming up?
Well, we have a room. We're trying to open a new room ourselves, and hopefully in Jersey. We have one room there already, and we're looking to build another one, hopefully the end of this year. And then we're doing 2 exhibitions this coming week. One we have in a mall in New Jersey, where we're doing exhibition, and then we have another exhibition in New York City Thursday night of next week, and then we travel from there to New Hampshire, and then we're going to the Eastern States tournament in the middle of October. Oh, Mr. Bowman didn't hit that ball center and caused the ball to bounce off the table. If the cue ball is traveling at a high velocity going towards the 1 ball and it's not struck squarely, then it has a tendency to jump, and that's what caused that ball to go off the table.
So
Something which he will very rarely do.
Now Kim Davenport finally gets a chance to go to work here.
He'll just try to pocket the 1 ball. No, I mean, he may be shooting at the 9 ball at this point in time. He's got a pretty straight-on shot. He elected to shoot at the 9 and came up short and left Mr. Bowman with looks like an easy 1 ball shot. He may have some trouble getting to the 2 ball since it's situated closely to the 8 ball, and he has to cut the 1 very thin, not being able to control the cue ball very well.
The 1 ball up against the rail like that makes it a little more difficult shot than it might be if it was out a little more.
On this particular shot, especially the way that it's situated now, or the way the table is playing now, you have to cut this ball very thin, because it has a tendency to slide. If you hit a little too thick here, the ball has a tendency to slide on you instead of to cut like you're aiming it. He has an option here. Probably he can pocket the 1 ball, but like I say, it's hard to control the cue ball as to the position of the next shot. And it looks like Mr. Bowman's electing to shoot at the ball.
Wants to check every conceivable angle.
Very tough shot there. He's possibly gotten safe on this shot. That could have been going through his head. If he overcuts the 1, that it would stay on the other end of the table and the cue ball would travel behind the deuce and the 8.
So he has made a very difficult shot for Davenport.
Yes, he has. He's left him very little to shoot at. And again, he's kicked the ball into a tough position for Mr. Bowman. He's going to have to use the bridge, I think, on this particular shot. He won't be able to stretch far enough to hit this particular ball squarely.
Sammy, control on the bridge is very difficult. That
Yes,
makes,
it is. He would
makes a
try
pretty
to.
difficult shot.
He would try to stick him behind the 4 ball here, I think. And he did. He hit the ball absolutely perfect, leaving his opponent the length of the table and snookered behind the 4 ball. Again, Kim will have to probably hit 2 cushions before he strikes the 1 ball here. Again, this is a very difficult shot because of the conditions of the table. The ball has a tendency to slide on you off of the second rail. As he did just then, he just barely missed the one. Mr. Bowman will have ball in hand at this time.
Is it more advantageous to play earlier in the evening as far as the humidity and the buildup in the area?
Yes, during the early parts of the day, the table, there's not as many people in the room at that time, causing it to be quite a bit drier. As the day goes on and the people, or the breathing and whatnot, causes the humidity to increase quite some. Mr. Bowman has gotten perfect shape on the 2-ball. What he would try to do now is to draw the cue ball over into the center of the table, getting position on the 3-ball for the corner pocket. Nine-ball is a funny game. You can pocket all 8 balls and get out of position on the 9, and your opponent pockets the 9, and he gets the win on the right side. Looks to be in perfect position for the 4-ball.
Is 9-ball now the most competitive of the pocket billiards tournaments?
Yes, it is. It's recently, in the last 2 years, became one of the most popular sports in the country of Japan, and they have really brought the game a long way. It seems that everyone's playing it, especially in the pool rooms in the United States now. They're playing 9-ball. Almost all the tournaments are 9-ball. I think they still have about 2 straight pool tournaments per year, just for the lovers of the game of straight pool, which is a great game too. But 9-ball seems to be more exciting for everyone to play. It has a little bit of everything. It has a lot of skill, it has a little bit of luck, and a lot of excitement on every shot. Ooh. He hit that ball a little bit off-centered at that time. It took that ball. I'm surprised that ball went in the pocket.
Bowman leading 3-0 over Kim Davenport. This is Dave Bowman you're looking at.
Dave was a professional golfer a few years back, and he said he wanted to try his act at pool, and he's tried very hard at making himself one of the best players in the world today. He has a lot going for him in the game. He's a very intelligent person. He's very congenial amongst his peers, and he's one of the most liked players on the tour. He's setting himself up for the 9-ball for the corner pocket.
Beautiful.
Nice shot.
Dave Bowman goes up 4-0 over Kim Davenport. Again, not much you can do if you don't spend much time at the table.
See, like I say, I think he's probably got the same thing going through his mind. This can't happen to me again. But unfortunately, it can, and is at this time. But Kim is a big-hearted pool player. He has a tendency to come back many, many times in his career. He's a young player and has a lot of heart. I was talking to him yesterday, and we were talking about how many players he thought that was better than him, and he says, well, he said, I don't know, but there's only 3 people that I didn't or don't want to play every day, and that's Mike Siegel, Efren Reyes, and what was the other player? Mike Siegel, Efren Reyes, and I believe he said Jose Perica, 2 of the Filipino players who are very great players. Dave plays with a Mucci cue. He plays with the largest cue on tour right now. It's about 62 inches long because he's so tall. He's approximately 6'5.5" himself.
He's big, yeah.
So he uses a larger cue than most of the players or all the players on the tour.
Now, will he use one just as long, a non-breaking cue?
Yes, his breaking cue is 62 inches and weighs approximately 22 ounces. And his playing cue is about 20.5 ounces and 62 inches. He designed this cue for himself. Yeah, this is called a push-out. The player here at this time, the incoming player, has the option to either shoot this shot or let Mr. Bowman shoot the shot himself. At this time, I think if I were Mr. Davenport, I would pass this shot and let Mr. Bowman take off with a hard shot for the first time in this set.
In tournament play, is there a time limit as far as
some of the tournaments, at this particular tournament, we didn't have the time clock, and some of the larger national televised tournaments, due to time factor, we have a 45-second shot clock. You're warned that at 15 seconds, the timekeeper will tell you it's 15 seconds, and then if you don't shoot within that 15 seconds, your opponent has ball in hand at that time. It's called a foul. Mr. Bowman will probably bank at this ball. And he hit it perfectly again. Nice shot. Mr. Davenport saw that shot probably wasn't that hard, but the position on the 2 to get where he could make the 2 ball, since the 6 was blocking the pocket, would be very difficult. So he elected to let his opponent shoot that shot. He's in a very difficult position here. There's not much safety here. Looks like he may be electing to play safe behind the 6 ball. Again, he hit it perfectly. Mr. Bowman, at this point, is playing 1,000%. That's in pocket billiards. We've only had one person to date to shoot 1,000 in tournament play, and that's Mr. Wade Crane. At this point, Mr. Bowman has not made a mistake.
Kim Davenport trails Bowman 4-0. So far, it's been all Dave Bowman.
Looks like at this point that Mr. Davenport doesn't even have a rail to kick to hit the object ball. He may be looking to tie up 2 balls here, but I don't see how he can do that from here. You always wonder what's going through a player's mind at this time. Can this keep happening? He tried to tie the 6-8 up and it didn't quite have enough speed. But it wasn't very much of a shot there for Mr. Davenport. You'll notice Mr. Mr. Bowman will try to keep him an angle on the ball so as to not have to do anything extra with the cue ball in these positions. Oh, he's hit this ball a little heavy. Now he's going to have to make a tough cut to the back of the pocket and still keep the cue ball for position on the 7. Perfect. Back in line again. Right, we'll probably follow 2 rails out into position for the 8 ball at this time. And on this, he'll pocket the 8 ball in the corner pocket and follow across the table for the 9 in the corner.
There it is.
Perfect. He's playing flawless at this point. It's going to be hard for Mr. Davenport to make a comeback from here, especially if he keeps having to kick at the ball.
Dave Bollman goes up 5-0 over Kim Davenport. The race to 11 for the men's championship of the BC Open 9-ball championships. Do you think, Sammy, with Bowman being 6'5", that's got to be at least somewhat of an advantage? I would think that there are certain situations where maybe a shorter player might have to use a bridge. He wouldn't have to.
Right, there's many positions that come up on the table where the player is, the taller player has the advantage. But there's also, it's harder for him to get over the ball than a shorter player. It has its advantages and it has its disadvantages. But probably the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. Stronger guy that he is, his break is tremendous at this point in the game. He's hit the ball, he's pocketed as many as 4 balls on one break. It's very easy to run 5 balls because there's nothing usually tied up after you make that many balls on the break. Again, the referee's having trouble with racking the balls because the table is probably damp at this time and the balls are not wanting to go together properly. Well, he's pocketed the ball in the side pocket. I think he's going to have to push out on the break here, leaving Mr. Davenport the same choice as he had last game, to either let his opponent shoot the shot or play it himself.
See the eyes taking in every ball on the table, any possible situation.
He's observing the best place on the table at this time to push the cue ball so that his opponent can't do anything offensive. Pushing the ball to the corner rail. Again, it's going to be tough for Mr. Davenport to shoot this ball because there's really nothing he can do offensively. He's got to do something defensively, and he's a little tight at this point probably, so he's probably going to let Mr. Bowman shoot again, I would say. He's had to hit this ball very thinly and come down behind the ball on the corner rail. He elected to shoot it, and looks like he's played a perfect safety. Nice shot. Very crucial safety at that point. Now, he may be able to take an offensive position at this time if Mr. Bowman doesn't hit this ball. I can't see exactly if he has room enough to hit this one ball going straight down the rail. leaked out just enough for him to hit it. He'll have to. I don't think he was trying to do that. I think he was trying to hit the one ball very thinly.
So now Kim Davenport gets a chance to come back to the table.
It's a chance to regain his composure here and run this rack. This would be a big rack for him at this point. If he doesn't run out from here, I think he's probably he elected to play the billiard instead. Kim is one of the better breakers on tours. He's capable of doing the same thing as Mr. Bowman, putting many racks together at one time.
So Kim Davenport able to get on the board and now trails Bowman 5-1.
This is very loose equipment, and when the pockets are a little larger at this point, he's very capable of running a lot of racks. A 4-game lead in this particular situation is not a very big lead. We have it happen all the time. As a matter of fact, in the girls' match, Laurie John was behind right in the beginning of the game, 6-3, and she came back from there and won 11-10. So I'm sure Kim's got that going through his head that if he gets a chance, he can come back. Mr. Bowman has taken out his jump cue. He's one of the best players in the tours jumping the object ball. This is a legal shot. He would try to use the short cue to jump over the two and pocket the one ball in the side pocket. Oh.
Unfortunately, a scratch along with it.
Great shot and a tough scratch. The jump shot has become one of the most liked shots on tour. It creates a lot of excitement. You hear the audience each time it's attempted, that they will give a roar in case the person makes the shot. It's a very tough position. There's a couple of balls tied up here. Looks like Kim's going to elect to .38 is a tough position to try to run out here. He has a couple of options. He could play safe here. He has his opponent on one scratch and 3 successive scratches. 3 consecutive scratches. He's lost some game also. He shot a double shot at that time. He was playing the 9-ball bank combination, and at the same time he was controlling the cue ball, keeping it behind the 3-8. He has his opponent kicking. If he doesn't hit this particular ball, he will be on 2 scratches. He's made a legal shot. He's taken off a scratch, and Mr. Davenport will now have to try to run the table from here. Made a nice shot again. It's very hard to run out when all the balls are tied up. You have to play position so as you can pocket a ball and break the object balls that are tied up, and break them into a position where they all have a pocket.
Everything's bunched up on the right side near the rail.
Looks like he has basically the same shot as he had a few minutes ago. Same angle, just a little different positioning of the balls. Like he can probably stick him behind the two balls that are tied up there and put the 3 ball on the bottom rail behind the 9. Very nice shot.
Very good shot.
Mr. Bowman is in a position here. He's going to have to make a decision on whether he wants to make an offensive move or whether he would try to tie a ball up again so that Mr. Davenport would have to do something other than just shoot the balls in the pocket.
Leading 5-1, change his philosophy a bit, maybe a little safer at this stage.
You try to protect your lead as much as possible. He's elected this time to kick at the object ball. Made a great attempt, and looks like he's been rewarded. It's very close to whether Mr. Davenport has room enough to pocket the 3 ball. If he does, then he has a good chance of running the table from here. Even if he has room, though, there's a lot of balls in the way on the route back to the 4 ball. If he hits any one of those balls in that clump, there's a good chance that he may get snookered behind one of them. And that's exactly what he did.
Mm-hmm.
There's situations that you just can't control. You have to take the chance on getting position on the ball, in the 4 ball, which was sitting in the corner pocket, but there wasn't any way to get to it except that route, and unfortunately he got a very bad roll. Oh boy, he scratched in the pocket, leaving Mr. Bowman an easy open table with ball in hand.
Could be end up being a very costly mistake.
It's a very costly mistake, one which he wasn't at fault, you might say, is they have to allow the table to make a decision for you sometime. That particular shot's like having a golf shot behind a tree. Having to hit a bush on the other side to bounce back into the fairway. Mr. Bowman would just try to get the cue ball back to the center of the table or a little bit below on an angle to shoot the 5 so he can get position on the 6.
There it comes.
I'm thinking 6 ball has very little room for error here. You have to get perfect on the 6 ball in order to get to the 7. Looks like he's gotten in a position where he has a choice here again to either shoot the 6 ball in the corner pocket, allowing the cue ball to travel a little more than he would like to, or probably he could put him behind the 8 ball and make a defensive move. I think he's elected to play the safety and stick him behind the 8 ball. Very nice shot again. As you can see, he doesn't want his opponent to take off with an easy shot, which is one of the strategies of the game to protect the lead that he has.
Bowman leading 5-1 over Kim Davenport.
He missed the kick again, leaving Mr. Bowman ball in hand, which is a little easier position at this point. He'll pocket the 6 ball and have the cue ball travel across the table to get position for the 7 ball in the corner pocket, and then draw across the table for position on the 8 ball in the right corner pocket, and either the 9 in the side or the left-hand corner pocket, the same pocket the 7 ball goes into. He's in perfect position, keeping the correct angle to go across for the 8 ball into the corner pocket. Let the cue ball travel a little farther than he wanted to at that point. He's still in a position he can get out, but he just made it a little more difficult than he would have liked to have.
A little closer to the rail than he would like?
Closer to the rail. He was going to have to follow the ball 2 rails and out to the center of the table. Shoot the 9 ball in the same pocket that he pockets the 8. Perfect position. Pool, you have many options in which to play position for an object ball. You have positions you would rather be in, but sometimes you have to take them a little less than acceptable.
Dave Bollman goes up 6-1 over Kim Davenport, and Bowman continues, Sammy, to play virtually flawless pocket billiards.
At this point, he's only made a couple of errors. Like I say, he's made a couple of position errors, but that's not actually a flaw or a falter, we might call it. I see him shooting 1,000 at this point in I don't think he's missed an option to pocket a ball. Excuse me, he scratched on the ball earlier when Kim Davenport made the billiard on the 1-9, so he's fallen off the 1,000 marker, so.
999 now.
9-9. It's about a 975 right now, I think. If he continues this pace, it'll be very hard for Mr. Davenport to overcome. At this point here, he's getting a lot of bad rolls. He didn't make anything on the break that time, and now he doesn't have a shot at the 1. He'll have to push out and leave Mr. Bowman the option to shoot the shot or give it back to Mr. Davenport. And this is called the push out. And that ball doesn't count. It'll be spotted, and Mr. Bowman, I say, will have the option to either shoot the shot or give it back to Mr. Davenport. I don't see anything offensive at this point. There's a couple of possibilities for defensive moves. He elected to shoot at the bank. It was a very difficult shot. He made a perfect shot on the playing position on a 2 ball. That was gambling a little more than I thought Dave would do at this point in the game, with the lead of 6-1. That was a tough bank. Again, he's in perfect position for the 3 ball.
Continues to play with confidence, and perhaps that's why he's...
Yes, he does. He's playing with extreme confidence right now. I guess he thinks he can make anything he can see, so he rolls across the table for the 3 and back into the center for the 4 ball.
willing to gamble a little more.
Everything here is routine. Nothing is tied up or shouldn't have any problem pocketing the rest of these balls, but like I say, you can pocket 8 balls and get to the 9, and that's the one that counts. promoters for this tournament has done a tremendous job. They've gotten everything together well. People have come here to participate in this, and they've been doing this for about 4 years now, and they've really come a long way with helping the game of pocket billiards.
Many of the top players around the world compete. Quite a few of them here for this tournament.
And we've got the top 32 in the pro field, and we have, oh gosh, there must be another 15 or 20 of the top 50 pros in that next bracket. And then we have a few of the local players who themselves are professional players also. New York State over the years has bred a lot of champion pool players. It just seems like that pool is very popular in the East. I guess it's due to the cold weather probably, and they've presented a lot of champions over the years.
You won the New York State Championship here in Binghamton, is that correct?
Yes, that was back about 4 months ago. I won the New York State Championships, and that was like a world title to me. Oh, great draw on the ball. Great shot. Mr. Davenport looks on in dismay. He's very disappointed at this point, probably. He hasn't really had a chance to perform. Again, as I say, he's played flawless.
He goes up 7-1 over Kim Davenport. Has rolled up to a big lead in the race to 11.
Kim is still waiting for his chance to make his great comeback, which at this point in time would be a great comeback if he, since Mr. Bowman uses a very sturdy bridge and hits the ball as square as anyone on the tour. Ooh.
Scratch.
He pocketed an object ball at that point. Now Mr. Davenport's shot, he still has a tough shot here. This is what they call a spot shot. Very nice shot he made, especially under these conditions. He's behind 7-1 at this point. Every game is critical to Mr. Davenport at this time. It seems like that each shot that comes harder and harder. It's a very nice shot. It's extremely difficult to shoot at an object ball when the cue ball has another ball in front of it. We call that, you have to jack up on the cue stick, and it causes the ball not to roll perfectly straight unless you're able to hit the ball in the dead center, which is very hard to do. He's made some tremendous shots already under this type of pressure. He has 4 more that are going to be just as pressuring.
Beautiful shot.
Clip the 7 going across. Now you'll just have to keep the cue ball in the playing area in the center of the table, and you'll have a relatively routine out. You can see he's always trying to play position where he's going at the object ball. You're keeping in line with the position. He's left himself a little deeper angle than he'd like, but it should be pretty routine.
So Kim Davenport able to win his second game of this match and now trails 7-2 as that time Dave Bollman unable to get to the table much, and Davenport took control.
You can't count Kim out. He has a, like I say, he has a tremendous break also and is capable of exploding at any time. And both these players are very offensive.
Davenport out of Modesto, California.
You can see he pocketed 2 balls himself at that time and has a straight in position at the 1 ball. You can bet he's not going to go down without swinging. I think he drew that ball a little farther than he would like to have. The 2 ball is obstructions in its way at this time. He was trying to get to the play position for the 2 in the right-hand corner, and he just drew the ball a little too far. He's in a very tough position at this point. He's going to have to try to play safe somewhere. Just put the 2 ball to the bottom rail and go back. Great shot.
Right against the rail.
He had a couple of options there. He could have put the 2 ball to the bottom rail, but he elected to try to keep it on the side rail and keep the cue ball straight across from it, behind an object ball. Mr. Bowman, he finds himself behind the 8 ball, you might say here. He's going to have to go to a cushion. And even if he hits this ball, the 5 ball seems to be in the way of the 2 ball going to the pocket. Very difficult shot here. He's made a great shot. No reward. Left Mr. Davenport a shot at the 2 ball. Cutting it in the side pocket, traveling back to the center of the table for the 4 ball, I believe. Ooh, he has to be very careful shooting that ball because it has a tendency to slide. When it slides, you don't hit the ball exactly where you aim, causing it to usually overcut the ball. It's very difficult to roll the cue ball at this point in time. Again, Mr. Bowman will use his jump cue to try to drive the cue ball into the cloth, up and over the 4 ball and pocket the 2 ball.
Much shorter stick.
The shorter stick, I personally invented this particular shot a few years back, and Pat Fleming and Dave Bowman and a few of the guys have caught on to the act and have started using the jump cue, which has become a very effective shot, especially in the 1 foul rule game. You're able to shoot directly at the ball instead of hitting a cushion first. As you can see, the response that this particular shot gets from the audience, it's one of the great shots of the day. It just turned a defensive move into an offensive move for Mr. Bowman. And that put him in the position to be the favorite in this particular game. The lighter cue, the shorter cue, causes the ball to have an immediate loft. It's like comparing the jump cue to a sand wedge when you're playing golf. It has the tendency to make the ball lift off the cloth faster and cause you to be able to get over the object ball faster. Back in perfect position for the 5 ball. He has a choice here to draw the cue ball back to shoot the object ball into the side pocket or draw out into the center of the table for the corner pocket, either one. He's elected to go to the side rail. Playing the safe part of the table. He left himself a semi-difficult shot. It's very makeable, but it's, again, under these conditions, there's pressure and everything, it's very difficult to make all shots that aren't straight on. Oh,
It was a close one.
he played the thick of the pocket with the right speed, and he's perfect position for the 8 ball. He'll slide down for the 9 ball for the right corner pocket. At this point in time, Mr. Davenport can't afford to swap game for game. He's got to make a move with a very offensive explosion in the next couple of games, or he'll be too far to catch up.
Dave Bollman has taken now an 8-2 lead over Kim Davenport. So Bowman continues his dominance in the race to 11 that'll decide the BC Open 9-ball championship. Many games to get to this stage, and we're down to the final 2 competitors in Dave Bollman and Kim Davenport.
Mr. Bowman just won a tournament in North Carolina about 2 weeks ago. He's told me he's playing better than he's ever played in his life, and he's putting about 4 hours a day practice time in, so he's really wanting to become one of the best. He's got all the tools to do so. It's just a matter of fate letting him.
You find he was an ex-pro golfer. Do you find many situations where athletes, be it golf or some other professional sport, turn to the pocket billiards?
A lot of the pool players turn golfers, you might call them. Mike Siegel, he loves the golf, and Earl Strickland, the #1 players in the world. They're shooting in the high 70s at this point, and they've only been playing a couple of years. I think they probably get to a point where they're great at one game, and they want to see how or which of the games probably is the most challenging of the sports. So the golfers, I don't know, it's very hard to play pool professionally, or we might say at a point of a profession. You get to where you can play good, but to play as good as these guys here, it's sometimes it takes years, and then sometimes it takes forever, and it still doesn't do it. Great shot by Mr. Bowman. Controlled the cue ball perfectly. Looks like he has a very shallow space. He gets position off the rail to the 4 ball. He'll try to pocket the 2 into the corner pocket and force his cue ball into the side rail and come back out for the 4 ball into the corner pocket. He has to get perfect on the 5 ball, so because the 6 ball has an obstruction, the 7 ball doesn't seem like he's paying it much attention, so evidently he got position where he can draw back for the 5 ball. Oh, he's let this ball get away from him. He's in a very, very tough position at this point. see the disgust on his face at that time. He didn't hit the ball like he had planned to. It rolled a little farther. He overcut the ball, causing the cue ball to get away from him. Now, even if he pockets the 5, he has no pocket to make the 6 ball in. Or if he does have a pocket, it's going to be a very difficult shot. Mr. Bowman has hit all these particular shots with the correct speed, and he's hitting the rail about 6 inches above the pocket and has gotten to keep all these balls. Normally, if that shot was hit with the off speed or the wrong speed, it would have hanged up in the pocket. Again, like I say, he has a very difficult shot at the 6. The pressure at this point makes the shot even tougher. He'll try to pocket the 6 ball and draw back into the side rail. Seems like he's a very tough position to make a bridge. He's missed this ball. But again, he's left his opponent in the position. It's a tough shot, but Kim should make this ball. See, Mr. Bowman was very disgusted with himself. He's still thinking about that 5 ball. He hit the cue ball too hard on. Kim has it.
A shot by Kim Davenport.
Try to cut the 7 ball into the right corner pocket and come back down the table for the 8 in the side. Perfect speed. Draw over for the 9 in the same pocket. Let's see if Kim can gather a little momentum here and get his game back in shape.
It's the 3rd win for Kim Davenport, so he now trails 8-3 to Dave Bollman.
Gary Pinkowski again. Sammy, I'd like to thank you very much for stopping in here and doing the color with us. Great match we got going. Dave Bowman's playing real good.
It's hard for the men to follow the women in this particular match. The last match was 11-10. It was very, very exciting. And now we have Kim Davenport, who's probably thinking, like I told Roger, that last year, God, it happened to him last year. He didn't really get a chance to win. Mr. Rimpey played perfect on him, and now his opponent again this year is doing the same thing. But he has a chance right now if he can put a few racks together here.
Right now, if he puts a few together, yeah, he's going to really do it.
He's got a very good chance. He's got a little bit of momentum going. He seems like he's not giving up at this point, so we'll watch it.
Sammy, I'd like to thank you lots.
Thank you very
for
much,
stopping by
Gary.
and helping us out. I appreciate you being here, and we'll see you and your wife next year, I'm sure at the BC Open, right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So Dave Bollman has a lead of 8-3 over Kim Davenport. This is the championship round for the BC Open 9-ball tournament. And Dave Bollman thus far has opened up a comfortable lead of 8-3, but still Kim Davenport coming back to win this last game, and I'll see what continues here as plenty more pocket billiards to come. You're watching this live on Telepress TV 6 with the championship coming your way from the Holiday Inn Arena in Binghamton.
And for some expert commentary, we like to bring Alan Hopkins in. Alan does the color commentary for ESPN, CBS, ABC. A great player, many times world champion, Alan Hopkins. Alan, what do you think?
Gary, I've been watching the whole match, and it looks really one-sided. Dave Bowman has been breaking the balls really well and playing good safeties. Kim really hasn't had a chance to do anything. I predicted the match before it started. I predicted Dave to win. You know, Dave beat me twice, and I've been watching all the players play, and he's been breaking the balls better than anybody else around. He's got probably the best break in the business right now today.
Yeah, I told the viewers earlier that Dave Bowman ran 9 racks on Nick Varner the other night, and 9 racks with the rules we have today is an outstanding achievement.
Boy, to run 9 racks anytime, Gary, geez, you have to get a shot at the 1 ball. You have to break, make a ball, and get a shot at the 1 and run out. And to run 9 racks is a great achievement. And he beat Nick. Well, he beat Nick 11-3, 11-4, and you just can't do nothing against that. You have to sit in the chair and watch. And that's what the difference is in this sport. Really, other sports. In golf, you get your chance to tee off. In bowling, you get your chance to roll a strike. All the other games, you get a chance. But in this game, you might not get a chance. And this is what's wrong with Kim right now. He really hasn't had the opportunity to get into the game. Davis took control from the beginning.
All right, well, I'm going to leave the color up to you from now on. Alan, give him a blow-by-blow.
Okay, Gary, thanks. Well, there's a nice shot. I don't know if he can make the ball on the side here. I guess he can. He's down shooting it. That must be the 3-ball, Roger. Is that the 3-ball?
3-ball. Bowman has played almost flawlessly the entire match so far.
He's got a nice layout here. If he can make the 3, he'll just hit it real easy for the 4-ball. Real nice and soft. Nice shot. Now he's got the table now. 9-ball is kind of like a rhythm game. You know, once you get in the rhythm, breaking and running out, you know, the score can change real fast here. Kim's got the 4-ball. He's going to play the cue ball over to the other side of the table for the 5-ball. And he's hit it a little too hard. He's hit it too hard. He's got a problem. He's going to be forced to play a combination or a safety. Combination is playing the 5-ball into the 9 and trying to make the 9-ball. He's playing the combination. Oh, and he misses it. He didn't really want to play that combination, but he was forced into the shot because he came over too far on the 4-ball. And that could have cost him the match right there. Dave has a rather easy layout. He's got 3 balls on the table. He'll be playing the 5-ball. And he'll be putting high right-hand English on the cue ball. Bring the cue ball over to the side rail and back out for the 6-ball. He'll hit the rail, come over to the other rail, and in the middle of the table for the 6-ball. And he's home from here. Makes it.
So Dave Bowman goes up 9-3 over Kim Davenport, Alan. So Bowman able to increase his lead and continues to play outstanding pocket billiards here in this championship.
I gotta wait until I get home and start lifting.
Dave Bowman from Virginia Beach, Virginia, 46 years old and looking to win a championship here and pick up $10,000 in prize money. There you see Kim Davenport, who has to be very frustrated with Bowman controlling so much of the play.
Well, Rod, you got out of line there. He should have had a run out, and he played the 4-ball and hit the cue ball too hard, forced him to play a combination, and that cost him the game. You don't want to play a combination if you don't have to. You'd rather run out the balls unless it's an easy combination. And there's Dave with his break again. He keeps making a ball on the break. This is such a big advantage when you can make a ball on the break. Even if you don't have a shot, you can push out. Push out is when after the break, if you can't make the 1 or hit the 1, you can take the cue ball and just push it out anywhere on the table you want, and your opponent has the option to make you shoot again. If he doesn't want the shot, you have to shoot it. Now you can play a safety, or you can play a shot. Or if your opponent likes to push out, then he takes the shot and he can play a safety or try and make the ball. So really, breaking the balls and making a ball on the break is a big advantage. And this guy here, Dave Bowman, has been making a ball all through the tournament. And a lot of times it's been the 9 ball. He's got a tough shot here. He's got a tough cut on the 1 ball. Got to hit it very thin. And he missed it, I think. Yeah. But he left his opponent safe. When I say left him safe, I mean he doesn't have a shot where he can make the 1. He may be able to hit it. But from here, it doesn't even look like he can hit it. He's going to have to either go to the rail and kick at it, or maybe he can hit it directly. He might be going to the rail and hit the 1 up table.
Just to get a little better view of that, a little different angle.
A lot of shots, Roger, are two-way shots. You can play the ball and leave your opponent safe if you miss it, and if you make it, you have a shot on the next ball. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a great shot. He hit a little half masse there. He curved the cue ball around. Those balls hit the 1 ball up table and left Dave behind the balls. And here comes the jump cue.
He uses that pretty well.
Yeah, this is what Sammy Jones is known for, using this cue right here. He jumps the ball probably better than anybody. Dave is pretty good at it too, Raj. He's going to jump the cue ball right over the object ball and hit the 1 ball. He's aiming at the ball right now. What he'll do is just elevate the cue after he aims it and shoot it the same way he aimed it. It's hard to aim the cue ball when you have the stick jacked up in the air like that. He's probably going to re-aim the ball now. He'll put his stick down and aim at the 1 ball again. He's hitting the cue ball real hard right into the slate, and it jumps over the ball, hitting the 1 ball. Oh, great shot.
And he makes
look at this shot. That's just luck, Raj. Nothing you can do about that. That's 9 ball. This is what helps you to win tournaments right here. This is a big help right here.
Well, that type of shot is relatively new.
It's been around for about a year or two. Earl Strickland brought it in. Earl Strickland jumps the ball rather well too. Earl Strickland uses a full-size cue to jump the ball. A few players have gotten the shorter cue for more leverage. Not an easy shot. Oh, great shot. The cue ball coming backwards. He drew the cue ball, striking it low, making the cue ball come backwards. We call it draw English. Most top players will use draw English on most of their shots. Now he's going to have a little problem on the bottom of the screen with the 9 balls tied up. I can't tell whether it's the 8 ball.
I can't tell either.
I think it's the 8 ball because he's got the 4, 5, 7 on the table. I can't tell whether the 8 and 9 is a combination, if it goes in the corner or not. But if it doesn't, he'll play a safety when he gets to it. He's got an easy layout here. He'll make the 4. He'll play the 5 in the corner, and then play the 7. He'll come down table for the 8 and 9. He doesn't seem worried about the 8 and 9, so either the 9 ball is good on a combination or he's going to play a safety. Now play the 7 ball. He used low left-hand English to bring the cue ball back down table. The left-hand side of the screen, he'll bring the cue ball. So I'm hitting the cue ball low left. The cue ball comes back down table. Now here's a two-way shot, what was mentioned earlier. He's going to play the 9 ball, and if he misses the 9, the 8 ball is going to stay right on the rail. Unless he's going to try and cut the 8 ball right now. Oh, he's going to try to cut the 8 ball into the 9. He's going to have to hit this shot hard and try and make it. No, he
does.
You can't. 10-3.
So Dave Bowman goes up 10-3, leading Kim Davenport. So Bowman now needs only to win 1 more game to win the match and win the $10,000 first place money in this BC Open 9-ball championship. So Dave Bowman certainly in the driver's seat at this stage, leading 10-3 over Kim Davenport.
He made a good shot there, Roger. It's hard to tell looking from back here how he had to hit the ball, but I knew he wasn't too concerned about the shot, so it was pretty well. It was an on shot. In other words, the ball had no problem going. That's called a combination shot. Now watch Dave's break, how hard he hits him. Controlling the cue ball, keeping it near the middle. He's got the one ball. This is really important, Raj, right here. Making a ball on the break, and you're still at the table. Now, if he couldn't see the one, he could push out, but he has a straight-in shot on the one. And I predict that the set is over. If the three ball goes in the side, I can't tell whether it's a 2 or the 3 that went on the break, but if he's going to hit the one ball and draw the cue ball back down table where he's standing by striking the cue ball low. Going to strike it low and draw the cue ball. Watch the cue ball come right back. There it comes back. That's it. Draw English on the cue ball. Tying the 3 ball on the side. Probably going to play a kiss shot here, hitting the 3 into the 4 ball, making the 3 in the side. I don't think he's going to hit this real hard. He wants to hit it easy. In case he hits the 4, the 4 is his next ball he has to shoot in, if that's the 4 ball. Okay. Yeah, that was the 8 ball. The 4 ball's by the side pocket. He's really playing good, Raj. He's been playing good the whole tournament.
Very few mistakes, playing with a lot of confidence.
The important thing, Raj, is the break. He's been breaking the ball super all week long. It's so important to make a ball on the break. He's got a nice layout here. He'll play the 5 ball, draw the cue ball back to the rail, back out for the 6 ball. Back out to the rail, 6 ball in the side pocket. It's all over, Raj. He'll play the 6 in the side real easy. He's playing center ball in the cue ball. Play the 7 in the corner pocket. Nice and easy. He'll be sliding the cue ball here. He's just hitting the cue ball low and letting it slide to the 7 pocket. There it is. Slows it down. Leaving an angle on the 8 ball to come down for the 9 in the corner pocket.
2 balls away from the championship. Now it's down to 1. And that's it. Dave Bowman, the 1988 Men's Division BC Open Pocket Billiards champion. Flawless, Alan. Unbelievable.
Great play. He's been playing great the whole tournament. He's the only guy to beat me. He's been playing really super.
So Dave Bowman wins it, topping Kim Davenport 11-3. And we have a brand new BC Open 9-ball champion. So an excellent tournament. And we're going to come back with the awards presentation. We'll be chatting with the new Open champion, Dave Bowman, and have more coming your way from the Holiday Inn Arena. You've been watching Championship Pocket Billiards with the BC Open tournament going on live on Telepress TV 6. And welcome back to the Holiday Inn Arena. We have just seen some outstanding pocket billiards, and we have a brand new champion to be crowned, but an outstanding match in the men's championship as Kim Davenport, the runner-up, and an outstanding tournament. Gary Pinkowski will make the presentation.
Kim, I've got a check for you for $5,000 and this beautiful silver bowl. Kim, you've been a great player. You've finished second here a couple of years. I guarantee you, one of these years it's going to be yours.
One of these years it will be.
One of these years it's going to be yours. We appreciate you coming. You've done great. Maybe you'd like to say a few words.
Yeah. Well, this is like the second time in the last 2 years I've gotten second, so I'm just going to keep trying. And I don't know, maybe I can't win here, but I'm going to keep trying. The fans were great, and thanks a lot.
Tim, frustrating situation because Dave Bowman played so well, you didn't get much of a chance at the table.
No, he started playing good, and there was really nothing I could do. I missed a couple of shots early, and unfortunately that's what done me in. So,
nonetheless, an outstanding tournament with many of the top billiards players in the world here. Kim, congratulations on an outstanding tournament, and good luck to you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Kim Davenport, the runner-up in the men's division of the 1988 BC Open Pocket Billiards Championship. And now, stepping in is the man who will wear the crown for the upcoming year, Dave Bollman.
Yeah, let's hear it for Dave Bollman. Dave, on behalf of Broome County Community Charities, the Southern Tier Lupus Foundation, and American Productions, I'd like to present you with the first annual Willie Mosconi Trophy and a check for $10,000. Buddy, it's been a long time coming, and I think he deserves a great hand.
Thanks a lot, Gary. I don't really know what to say, but it's wonderful to be up here. It's been a long time coming. I got kind of a late start on these guys. I didn't really start till I was about 30, but I think I'm finally catching up with them.
You're going to become one of the greatest, Dave. One of the greatest.
Dave, an outstanding tournament. Interesting story because, of course, the BC Open is connected with the golf tournament. You're a former professional golfer.
That's right. I played golf on the PGA Tour in 1969, 70, and 71, but, boy, that's been a long time ago.
And you've had such good success at this. What's ahead for you now? What's coming up on your schedule?
Well, the next tournament is in Lexington, Kentucky, and then home for about 10 days, and then there's a tournament every week for a month. There'll be 4 tournaments in a row. 2, let's see, one in Augusta, one in Atlanta, one in Greenville, South Carolina, then up to New Bedford, back down to Norfolk for the U.S. Open.
You're playing so well now, I would expect you're planning to enter as many as possible.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'll be at all of them if I can make it.
Well, Dave, congratulations, a super tournament, and you're the new champion, and good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
The BC Open PPPA World 9-Ball Championships have been sponsored by Brunswick Billiards. Brunswick, the standard of the industry. When you have the best, selling is easy.